Hi K1. This week for math, we are continuing to work on our story problems. And one thing that I've been asking you to do is to really think about what's happening in the story and the words that you hear and thinking about key words. That means that it's a word that tells you what to do. So when we have addition problems and when we have subtraction problems, there are some different words that tell you if we're going to add or subtract. So this week we're going to be talking about those words more specifically so you can really think about what each word means and which operation you're going to use. So what I'm going to do for that is I have some words written on note cards. We're going to read the word together and we're going to talk about what that means and we're going to decide, does it mean that we're going to do addition or does it mean we're going to do subtraction? These are just little pieces of tape that I have up so that when we decide, I can just put the card up there and it'll stay up there underneath the operation. So to start, we should talk about which operation is which. So when we see this sign, we know we are going to be doing addition, yeah. And then when we see this sign, we know that we are going to be doing subtraction. Addition, remember, is when we put two things together and then it usually becomes bigger. And then subtraction is where we have to, or something, we might take some of it away and it leaves a little bit left over. Okay, so let's get started. The first word that we're going to talk about is found. Can you guys all say that? Found. So an example of this one would say, Steve had 3 books and he found 2 more. So if you find something, do you have more or do you have less? If you find something, do you have more or do you have less? Yeah, you're gonna have more, right? If I have 1 marker and then, oh, I find another one, do I have more markers or do I have less markers? I have more. So I know then when I see the word found, is it gonna be addition usually or subtraction? Yeah, it's usually gonna be addition. So I'm gonna put found right here on the addition side. All right. So let's try another one. If we have a story problem and it says something about popped, can you guys all say that? Popped. Like, oh, some of the balloons popped. What do you think? Are you going to have more or are you going to have less? Let's say you had 3 balloons, 2 of them popped. You're going to have less. Okay, so when we see the word popped, that might mean that we're going to be using subtraction. We'll have less. All right. Another one could be lost. Like I had 2 markers and then, oh no, I lost one. Do I have more or do I have less? For lost. Are you going to use addition or will you use subtraction? Yeah, we're going to have less. So we're going to use subtraction for that. Okay. Okay. If we see the words at the end of the story problem that say all together, what does that mean? All together. Usually when we see the words all together, that means we're taking a bunch of something. And we want to know how many there are all together. So usually if you see all together, that is going to be an addition keyword. Okay. All right. Our next one is going to be came. Okay, so this could be like there were 3 rabbits and then 4 rabbits came over? 3 rabbits and then 4 came over. Are we gonna have more or are we gonna have less? What do you think? Yeah, we're gonna have more, right? If I had 3 rabbits and then 4 more came in, I would have more. So I'm gonna use addition. Okay. That gives us a really, really important keyword too of more. You hear me say more a lot when I'm talking about addition. So when you see this word or hear this word more, it should give you a really good clue that we're going to be using addition in that problem. The next one could be are left. This is more than one word, and we're going to see this in one of these types of problems, either subtraction or addition. So let me give you an example. If I said, my sister had 3 cookies and she ate 1, how many are left? What's the leftover? Okay. If my sister ate some and then I say are left, is my sister going to have more cookies or less cookies? She's going to have less. Okay, so for are left, that's a clue that you are going to be using subtraction in that problem. All right, I have a couple more, okay? The next one is going to be in all. Can you guys say that? In all. This one is actually really similar to all together. So it's saying that maybe you have a bunch of something and we want to know in all, how many do you have? So you want to know how many. If I said I have 1 green marker, I have 1 orange marker, and I have 1, black marker. How many do I have in all? It has the same meaning as all together, so we can use addition. The next one I want to talk about is away. So away could mean lots of different things, right? We could say it with ran away, we could say floated away, we could say hopped away. But when you have something and then something goes away, are you going to have more or less? Something goes away. Do you have more or less? Okay, we have less, okay? So we would use subtraction with the word away. All right, the last word that I have to talk about is kind of a tricky one. And the word is gave. Can you guys all say that? Gave. So the reason why this word is really tricky is because you might see it with words on both of these, okay? So you might see it with gave more. You might see it with gave away. So this word kind of doesn't tell you which one you're going to use, but you need to look at the other words that come with it, right? If we just use gave on its own, and I said, my sister gave me a pencil, then I would have more, right? I would use addition. But if I didn't read carefully and it said gave away, and I said my sister gave away 1 pencil, right? Then I would be using subtraction. So it's really important if you see the word gave that you are listening to the whole sentence, making sure that it doesn't say away, or gave less or something like that. So be really careful when you see the word gave, because it could mean either addition or subtraction, just depending on what words it's with. So really, this one should go in the middle. All right, so one thing that you can do to practice these words is to write each of these words on a piece of paper. You could either use note cards or cut paper up into smaller pieces. And you could try to sort them just like this. Or if you have someone at home to work with you, they can have these words and show you the words. And then you can make flashcards like this, one with addition and one with subtraction. And as your partner shows you the words, you can say addition, or you could say subtraction. Okay, so those are two ways that you could practice these words, either writing them on cards and sorting them out by yourself, or working with a partner and having them show you the words and you saying addition or subtraction. I hope that was some good practice for you, and I hope that you can see these words in the story problems that we're doing and that it might make it a little bit easier for you.